So getting ready to broadcast, cutting over, and there's our lovely screen. It's up and live. So hello everybody and welcome to Hot Indie Media Live. It's a new broadcast that we just started this week. I just want to apologize for some echo that you're going to hear in the background. Still testing out some audio situations, but hopefully by the end of this week, we'll have them all resolved. So you'll have an echo-free broadcast. Making some changes right now. And I want to introduce to you a great guest. She is somebody that I missed when she was down in Brooklyn. So, and I heard she has some great news to share with everybody. So I'm just going to turn it over and let her do her own introduction so I can keep messing around with audio stuff.
Okay. Hi, I'm Moni Grace. I'm a singer-songwriter from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm almost 23. I'm releasing my album Places Never to Return To in a couple months. I released my EP Blonder, which you can download on Spotify or whatever you use, in January. So it's out for the public. I also just released my single today. It's called Drunk in the Snow. So make sure you stream that. Thank you.
How long have you been singing, writing, all that stuff?
So I don't know. I've been doing like theater and like music since I was like a child and like all that stuff. I've just always wanted to create. I remember when I was a kid, my mom always would tell me how like I would just be so creative. Like I think kids are like, we're born as human beings to create things. That's why we always build with like Legos and stuff like that. I think tragedy starts happening when we stop creating like as adults. And we stop letting those creative juices or like processes like fuel us, you know? But I started doing music when I was about 13. I learned guitar. I taught myself. I've never been like formally trained or anything on like vocals or guitar and piano, stuff like that. I guess when I was a kid, I took piano lessons when I was like 7, but I really don't remember anything. I think I've been writing since I was a kid though, right? Like, yeah, I wrote like a bunch of musicals when I was a kid that were kind of bad, but like it's fine. It's fine. Like it's creative. And yeah, I do love music. It's always been so therapeutic for me, and now I'm able to channel it into something more accessible for other people too. So I think that's awesome about social media and stuff too.
That's great. How many CDs do you have out?
So I only have one. It's an EP called Blonder, which you can download. But I'm releasing my debut album, in a couple months. I just released a single from it today, which is called Drunk in the Snow. But also last month I released a single called Bad LSD off the album as well, so you can download that too. And yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was confused, because I saw singles coming out, and I knew Blonder because I saw a lot of promotion that you were doing around it. You did the tour based around it, and so yeah. I didn't know if you had something before that too, because I was really impressed by everything you're doing to get it out there.
Yeah, no, not really. I've always like written music and like posted on like SoundCloud or Bandcamp or whatever, YouTube, but I never like professionally recorded stuff until like this year, or like really got myself out there. It started when I like broke up with my ex-boyfriend, who's the reason why Blonder is the way it is. And it really pushed me to be more creative and more wanting to use my voice and create art in like a public way. So
that's great. Yeah. And actually there's something that's always I guess I was always drawn to your performance, because I've seen your live performances where you have your wrapped in flag, and I always want to find out more about the inspiration behind that.
Behind like my appearance?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of like a free spirit in a way, but I think it's I just did an interview with like a blog recently, and we talk about my appearance, and I talk about how it's important to like fake it till you make it. I think that applies to a lot with my appearance and my persona. I'm a very shy person, and I don't like to share a lot of information usually with other people. But in order to like, you know, do music, you need to not be that way. So I kind of just like fake being who I am, like fake the character of like my performance and like what I do when I'm on stage until I actually become that person. So that a lot of that's like dressing up. So I wear that American flag sometimes because it just represents like a time in my life where I like confidence and stuff like that, you know? So that's all.
No, that's cool. So it's like your Wonder Woman kind of persona, basically.
Yeah, like Beyonce has like Sasha Fierce. You know, like,
So it's really interesting because you mentioned that you are shy. I know many performers that are, and how they sort of combat that. But it's always at the same time very interesting. If you are shy, what is the draw that makes you want to get out on stage and sort of express yourself?
so I've always done theater. Like, I grew up doing it when I was like probably like 6. My whole family did it. And I also always did dance, and I was very proficient in dance and theater and like acting and music, all that stuff at a very young age. And I've always been great at just like sharing who I am on stage. But then like I remember like whenever I'd bow or whenever I'd go back into like who I actually am, I would just get so timid and just like scared. And like I've always like, I don't know, I've always like combated that. But how I've gotten past that is again, just like putting on the persona and putting on that outfit, and different like bold statements and like wearing different materials like that, is really important for that. You know what I mean? So
That's great. So you just released this new song today. Was the actual release date correct?
yeah.
That's amazing. And so where is it available?
So it's on Apple Music right now. Just hit that today. It should hit by the end of the day Spotify and like all the other streaming platforms like Deezer, stuff like that I don't use, but I do support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like iHeartRadio, stuff like that. Pandora.
Very cool.
Awesome. But it's on Apple Music right now and YouTube.
I'm excited to hear it because when you told me about it, and I wanted to get to hear it before the interview, but of course, as you can hear, dealing with echoes.
Well, it's okay. Yeah.
So, but now I feel even more grateful that I have the opportunity to hear you perform it live. So, are you ready to do it?
Sure.
Awesome.
So this is an acoustic version, obviously, but in the real version, I had like the studio version. I have like probably like 8 different instruments, just like on top of each other. And it's great. It's a great recording. Shout out to the mixing house who recorded it for me. Everyone on that record. It was great. So definitely check that out. But this is the acoustic version of Drunk in the Snow. Thank you. I spent all of New Year's Eve thinking about you, drunk in the snow, laughing with old friends. I could really only stand for the weekend. And will we speak then? Will we be then? Bullshit, this is just like before. Back on the floor, drinking some shot my best friend poured into a Camelback, thinking that you're all I've ever needed to turn this night around. And your stare, I felt alone. I felt it quicker than any night in this vicinity. Don't pity me, I'm smiling for once. Wasn't MDMA or a mistake when I said whatever, it's whatever now I know. I've been drowning in the shower, it's been hours and it quakes my bones, knowing we won't speak like this in the morning. I won't be sober in the morning. Small remarks, subtle sighs, and compromise. Flush our cheeks bright red with scars beneath our fingertips. To whatever, go find a better song to sing. I know what's happening. We're driving alone, high on the phone in the middle of the night. I can't sleep at night. And your stare, I felt alone. I felt it quicker than any night in this vicinity. Don't pity me, I'm smiling for once. Wasn't MDMA or a mistake when I said whatever, it's whatever now I know. And I've been drowning in the shower, it's been hours and it wakes my bones, knowing we won't speak like this in the morning. I won't be sober in the morning. You can hate me if you want. You can't take what's already lost. You can hurt me if you want. You can't leave what's already gone. You can hurt me if you want. You can't take what's already gone. You can hurt me if you want. You can't leave what's already gone. Oh, 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 oh. You can hurt me if you want. You can't take what's already gone. You can hurt me if you want. You can't take what's already gone. You can hurt me if you want. So that's Drunk in the Snow, acoustic. Thank you.
I love that. What was the inspiration behind that song?
I wrote that song when I was literally like 16, but I revamped it and like added a bunch of stuff like recently, like the day I was gonna record it. I wrote it, I think because of domestic violence and relationships and stuff like that. So the reason why I revamped it, like, and I chose to record it is because I just got out of like an abusive relationship in June, which is what Blonder's about, but I wanted to go more in depth about it. So Drunk in the Snow is kind of like a mirror image of my relationship, and how toxic it can be for your mind and like everything involved. It was really hard for me to like get out of that cycle and the routine, and just like not give into the PTSD of it all. But the song writing this song was so healthy for me and like therapeutic, because I was able to heal and like channel these emotions and like these memories in like a positive way that will help other people. So I think that's what's so powerful about music, you know?
What's your favorite songs to play?
Full band, I like to play Concord. It's super fun. By myself, I think my favorite song is probably Pink Moscato, which sounds totally different acoustic versus like the full band. So it's super cool. It's like two different takes. It's awesome.
You know, I was going to ask too, when you're playing songs, because I always want to know for myself, when you're playing songs acoustically versus full band, do you appreciate each version differently, or sometimes when you're playing with one, you're like, yeah?
I think each version and like each performance holds a significance and like a significance in terms of like memory, and like memory is a form of love, and I just like really appreciate each performance that I do because they're so special and unique. You're never gonna get that same feeling ever again. You're never gonna get that same audience ever again. You're never gonna hear that song the way that you sang it in that moment ever again. So it's super memorable and like just significant to me. I really do appreciate each performance that I do because it's a way for me to share my voice and my story. It's a escape from reality for the whatever minutes it is. Again, I'm able to help other people, and that's the most important part for me.
Yeah, that's great. All right, so which song are you going to do now?
I'll do Pink Moscato, which is off this next record. Places Never Returned To.
Yeah. Wow, that cable's all the way up there.
It is. I can't really play guitar well, so this is like me faking it. We fill. Hold on. We fill our broken bottles, not prosthetic bruises, with unapologetic yet horrible excuses. Pink Moscato to sober nights in Massachusetts. I was never ready to lose you, my friend. Just played this right from the beginning. Not ready to lose you. Just, yeah, her page is right there. And the medicine foaming madly from that Weinstein grin, where awkwardness think the drugs are kicking in, which now rings to reflect the abuse of nicotine or alcohol poisoning, passed out in the stairway of a crowded building. I was never ready to lose you, my friend. Just be just right from the beginning. Not ready to lose you, just I was never ready to lose you, my friend. Just be just right from the beginning. Not ready to lose you, just two very lonely people. Hold on. One sec.
Okay.
This is not my guitar. Two very lonely people who don't believe in letting go. Two interchangeable ice-filled roads with nothing north of the currents from an auburn summer or the ghost from what we were. And I still feel the chill of the North Shore air, locked inside the words of a girl who claimed she didn't care. But now I struggle to find a thesis. You kept the cigarettes out of my mouth, expanding into words you never say aloud. But I was never ready to lose you, my friend. Guess pages right from the beginning. Not ready to lose you just yet. I was never ready to lose you, my friend. Guess pages right from the beginning. Not ready to lose you just yet. When I drove your car sober to your old apartment, you told me you loved me and asked for just one kiss. It felt so wrong. So I told you to get out of the car and walk home alone, 'cause I'm done hanging out with you, just breaking my heart. Just breaking my heart. And I was never ready to lose you, my friend. Yes, pages right from the beginning. Not ready to lose you just yet. I was never ready to lose you, my friend. Yes, pages right from the beginning. Not ready to lose you just yet. Just yet. Thank you.
Very awesome.
Yeah.
So you have to excuse me because I'm always multitasking when I do these broadcasts. Like I said, this is my first week. Hopefully, after this week, I'm going to have somebody else managing the social media so I can focus on the tech stuff or vice versa. And you know, it's a growing thing. But the most important thing for me was, you know, in New York, I don't know how it was up in Massachusetts, but in New York 2 weeks ago, Tuesday, they had shut down all the bars and venues. And, you know, you know, music is like what just soothes me. and without being able to go to live bars and, you know, venues and hear live music and hear people share their stories. And then the ultimate thrill for me is to videotape them. It's been really a rough couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It sounds ridiculous, but for me, it's really that personal. It's like it's cellular level. Like if I can't see a live performance and maybe get the fortune to capture on video and share it with more people, that it just feels so incomplete. And so I was trying to figure out, how can I still do what I love doing, as far as like getting great talented musicians like yourself, you know, into a situation where I could interview you, have you play your music, and then bring that out to other people. And I was like, oh, we could do something like this, you know. So it's still in the drawing board stages, but you know,
no,
most
it's
people
very
have been happy with
creative.
it. Well, thank you, I appreciate that. You know, we're creative people. Yeah, my birthday is 4 days after yours, so that's why I was.
Oh, you're Taurus?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice,
I know, bad news, right? Stubborn jerks.
My ex is a Taurus.
Yeah, you see? When was his birthday?
May 6th.
Oh, yeah. My son is May 7th, so yeah, I'm sorry for you.
Wrote some good material out of it, you know.
Exactly. That's what we're good for. We don't mean to be like that, but it, you know, some things happen and it's like, ugh, how am I gonna repair this?
That's funny.
Yeah. No, but it's great. And you know, and that's why I don't want to get too personal into like your inspiration, like behind Blonder, for example, because I know it's a lot of personal
I love
things
sharing that stuff. It's okay.
You do? Yeah. So
I think it's
please
super
feel
important.
free. Yeah, I mean, because that's what I mean. Like that's one of those albums. I'm like, wow, she has a lot to say in this. But you know, I'm always like, is it okay to ask, especially in this format, because it's live? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I love not like exploiting my life, but just like sharing my stories that helps other people, and I'm able to like, you know, leave a handprint hopefully on similar situations that will help other people in that sense, you know.
Yeah,
I think it's super important.
So please feel free to share like something that you think that, like, if you're going to recommend Blonder to somebody, or if you knew somebody that was in a certain situation, like a particular song on the album that they should sort of refer to, or you know, something that you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Blonder is really unique in the sense because I wrote it all in July 2019 in my apartment that I was in for like literally 2 weeks until I got evicted. It was like, because it was so stupid. The person I was giving the money to, the rent money to, wasn't paying the rent to the landlord, so I got evicted. But I wrote some. So that's a side note. But I wrote like this summer was crazy for me. But it was insane. But I wrote so many good stories out, and like I just drafted so much great content out of living in that space for those 2 weeks. I think Concord is important because the main concept of it is like you can't heal in the same environment that made you sick. And I don't, and like when I talk about places, specifically in my next album, Places Never to Return To, but in this case, Concord, I don't mean the actual place. The place hasn't done anything to me, like, you know what I mean? But I really dislike the feelings of the memories associated with that. But whether that's being the people who you know, are a part of those memories or those traumas, or just like my own insecurities or mental illness or just memories in general. I think it's important to talk about Concord because it's not just about getting the fuck out of Concord. It's more or less just like, okay, I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to take ownership of my life and my actions. And I'm going to leave you in that memory. And that's okay. You know, it's okay to fall down. It's okay to relapse, but it's about getting back up and figuring it out yourself. And that's what Concord is for me. And I've gotten a lot of good response from Concord, not just because it's like a catchy pop punk song, but because it's the meaning behind it. And I think a lot of people don't really get that. There's a whole background behind the story of it. It's funny when I listened to the draft of it, that I like the demo I recorded in that apartment in Massachusetts. It's just very simple. But then I went to the studio in another studio in Massachusetts. I recorded in New York sometimes too. But they were able to add so much life to it, this project, and I was like, wow, I really believe in this. And it's just so incredible, the studio recording process of everything, because like I just wrote this simple song on a piano with like 4 chords, and then it turned into this like great project, and it was just awesome. I loved it. It was like one of the best feelings of my life that I've experienced so far. Just those top of the world feelings. I think Blonder, like the actual song from the EP Blonder, is important because not just because I dyed my hair blonde, but because it means, change. And it's okay to start over, and you're not starting new, you're starting from experience. So you're able to take ownership in that sense and just responsibility of your own life, while admiring the memories that you've had in the past. And like those two things kind of coexist at the same time, and that's okay. I think sometimes, but not always, is about literally what it's about is like, I still think of you sometimes. I still think of us sometimes. It's hard to get out of the routine of that. It's so hard. I think I'm completely over my ex-boyfriend, but I don't think I'm over the routine, because I was with this man for like close to 4 years, and like living with them and just like going through that routine. I think it's highly relatable and it's catchy, so that's why it gets stuck in people's heads. But I think also #Dizzy is such a unique song, but I feel like a lot of people can relate to it in a way, because it's so how do you explain Dizzy?
I mean, it was written out of like pure spite and revenge.
Yeah.
So like anyone, like, and you can like sense that. And a lot of the references are like super specific. And I remember like being with you like while this song was being written.
Yeah, true.
Because you just like had so much pent up energy, like and anger. You had to like get it out. And that was like the cleverest, like most heady, but like super creative way to do it.
And
Yeah.
You were here with all like a bunch of friends and close.
You wrote it right here in this living room.
Yeah. I think too, it was like, it's because like, I'd love to just like dissect the lyrics because it's so interesting. But it's essentially about my ex-boyfriend and his current girlfriend who he cheated on me with. They were literally logged into my Instagram account for like 2 months. So I wrote a song about it. And that's fucking weird. Like, why? Like, and then like my favorite line in that song is "Go get your nails done. You can kiss my ass through his tongue." So that means so on my birthday, my ex-boyfriend while we were still together, and living together, my ex-boyfriend Venmo'd this girl, who I say her name in the song, I'm not gonna say it right now. He Venmo'd her saying, "Go get your nails done." So I wrote a song and I was like, "Go get your nails done." And so,
you like say that all summer, like we'd like go get your nails done.
Yeah, it was just a funny thing. And effortlessly, moving on. Effortlessly, I feel like is really about just like being okay with the good times, but also acknowledging that there were bad times, and sometimes the bad outweighs the good in that sense, and that's okay. It's all about letting go and moving forward, not moving on, but moving forward. Because what did you say this summer? You were like, it's okay, like things happen, and it's like it's okay to feel this like pain and this hurt, but it's about moving forward, not moving on from it. What'd you say about that? That was great.
Yeah, like you're never gonna actually like move on. Like this, the relationship that you had in like the last 4 years, they're never gonna like vanish completely. You're not gonna move on. You're always gonna carry with you like those memories and like that time. It's not moving on. It's just moving forward and bringing all of that with you and bringing what you've learned.
Yeah. So I think that's mainly what Effortlessly is about. Yeah. It's like literally my baby. I love Blonder so much because it's just such a unique time in my life that I will never experience that again. This summer I got arrested too, and that's what Dizzy is about. If you saw the Dizzy music video, which I just made because I thought it was funny, it's literally just like footage of that, and it's crazy. But everything was dropped. It's fine. But like, are you still there? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still there.
It's just so funny, and I don't know. I love Blonder because it's just so personal. But also, I was able to help a lot of people in similar situations get out of those domestic violence like situation, in like a catchy way. So
That's awesome. Would you like to do one last song?
Sure.
Yeah. I know, it sounds so sad to say it that way. I should say, would you like to do another song?
Yeah,
One
okay.
last song. I'm just very, very aware of your time and everything, and I.
Oh, I'm free all night. That's what's okay. Dizzy?
Yeah, do Dizzy.
All right, this is called Dizzy. Hashtag Dizzy, not
We
Dizzy.
just talked about it.
We just talked about it.
Yeah. Now, who is that chatting off camera?
All right, so this is my best friend Paige. She's
Hi.
like, she's got me through everything. I wouldn't be here without her. And Taylor.
lives at our house.
Hi, I'm Taylor.
They're-
I'm Paige's sister.
Yeah.
Also Monica's sister.
Yeah, and like they're the reasons why I got through this summer, and I was able to just like do everything I was able to do. I was able to do music because I had this space. I also had these friends who just like literally got me through everything. And I've mentioned Paige a lot in my album coming up, Places Never to Return To, because she's living my life. I've known her since I was like 10. So, you know what I mean? One of those people. This is called Hashtag Dizzy, though. Instagram story, thanks for the shout out. You talk a lot of shit for a washed out version of girl. I thought you played your cards kinda well, but like your Android phone, you crack, tell your friends. Your two friends, it's hashtag Dizzy what? And to all of their gifts, since you can't finish the shit you started in songs previously addressed, I know my tits are the best, but girl, why you so dizzy? And cause playing victim causes and started these problems. It was cute but psychotic to claim you're the right one. Now that I logged you out, thanks for the cloud, thanks to you, I will never run out of shit to write about. Like, go get your nails done. You can kiss my ass through his tongue. Since you're clearly obsessed with me, we'll call it hashtag Dizzy, which means that I am pretty much over the thought of a white trash psycho who thrives off Venmo captions about how he jacks off to all of my shit. No, you won't admit it. And while I sell my shows out, I'll make sure to maybe think about it while I'm here and I've made it, and you're there just Courtney Griffin. And cause playing victim causes and started these problems, it was cute but psychotic to claim you're the right one. Now that I logged you out, thanks for the cloud, thanks to you, I will never run out of shit to write about. And hashtag Dizzy, your heart will never be pretty. So hashtag Dizzy. I think I also wrote that song too about, I forgot even to mention the point of the song. So the main point of the song is like, thanks to you, I will never run out of shit to write about. I think that's like what Blonder's about. It's like, you gave me this incredible, yes, it hurts, and yes, it's horrible. I'm not invalidating the pain and the abuse and all that stuff, but because this was so awful to me, I will never run out of theses to write or like artist statements to create and just like things to write about. I think that's like so important, and I think that's a message that can be spread across to literally anything you do. So like turning the pain into something great. That's
exactly, when these things, like my mom always says, and it's very, cliche, of course, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger and all that kind of stuff. And, but especially when you could do it in a creative way like this too, and still play it. You know, it's amazing.
Definitely.
So are you going to be doing more touring?
I hope so. Once this craziness is done, everyone gets healthy and recovers. I had a lot of shows set up for this year. Kind of bummed out about it, but I understand. I was going to do a show with Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, which they sing Face Down, so I was really excited about that. That was in California. And then I was also going to do a show with Moon Tower, who they're awesome. They're also based out of California. So those are the two big ones I was going to do. Mm-hmm. But and hopefully those will be rescheduled. I don't know at this point. But I'll probably just do shows locally, like Boston, New York. Hopefully I'll tour around different states, and that'll be fun. But I'm also moving to Nashville pretty soon, probably next year, like in the fall.
Wow, that's a big move.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so if people want to find out about like all your goings on and shows and where to get the CDs, all that kind of stuff, where should they go?
So you can go to you can go to my website, monigrace.com, but also my Instagram is monigrace with 2 I's, or my Facebook page, Moni Grace Music. So those are all great sites to check out if you ever want to keep in touch with me. I love interacting with people and, like, you know, talking to people about their experiences with my music, or just like in general. I love hearing different, you know, voices and stuff like that. So feel free to reach out.
Well, I hope I get to catch you next time you travel through New York City.
Yeah,
I can't wait. Like I said, they're looking April 30th here. Hopefully,
I hope
we'll be
yeah,
out of quarantine and we can get back to doing stuff we love doing. Because honestly, it's rough.
Yeah, it's so sad too. I was reading all about New York. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's a tough time, but you know.
Oh my God, my friend said he's been watching me live, but he can't hear you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Thanks, Ryan.
That's okay. Well, you know what I did? Okay, is he still there?
Ryan, text me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, well, that's no problem. What I did is, like I said, I'm trying to find out where is these echoes coming from. So I knocked off my mic externally for a bit, but I didn't turn it back on. So, but you're the important person to hear, not me. But actually, and this is why I like to keep the interviews or these times together, like around half hour. So that way, what I'll do is after I sign off, I'm gonna, you know, save this recording and re-upload it and send you the link to it. So if you want to, any parts of it that you want to keep for your own promotion of the new single and everything, feel free.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
All right.
He can hear you now.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So like I said, I'm in research mode, and you know, I didn't want to reschedule again, especially because today is the day. So
yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. But once I get everything ironed out, I want to really do a nice official one with you, and you know, I'll promote it beforehand and everything. But this is, you know, let's do what we could do with this one. I'll download this and send it over to you, and you know, if people could bear with me, you know, then they get the treat of hearing you. So it all works out.
Well, thank
all right,
you.
well, thank you again for your time, and I'm glad this worked out.
Of course, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching too. If you're watching.
Yeah, there's people watching. I'm trying to get them to say stuff, but there you go. Oh, so that's Ryan, huh?
My friend Ryan, yeah.
Yeah, hey Ryan.
Hey Ryan.
Tell him thank you. Yeah, because that's one of the reasons I say, please join the chat. Let us know how you're doing during this COVID pandemic, or just, you know, how you're enjoying this broadcast. So that kind of thing. So that's so cool. I'm so glad that he did that. All right. Well, so as you can see, I have separation anxiety, you know. So it's very hard to say goodbye.
All right. Bye. Thank you so much, James. Thank you, guys.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye.
You too.